Hey, welcome to the second to last episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Last episode I'll shoot outside because Sean and I actually already shot number 700. Thought I'd go out with a bang. You know, Three Floyds is one of my favorite breweries, so we gotta include them in one of the last few reviews here. This is a beer I got in a trade with Max Spang back in the spring, so thanks Max for the beer. This is the Three Floyds Behemoth Barleywine. It's not normal. They're out of Munster, Indiana. It's funny, if you read the description here, it actually says, this fruity and malty beer is best enjoyed while keeping warm in the brutal winter months. 10.5 ABV, but I'm drinking this outside on a hot August afternoon. So we get a glass, it has like kind of like a honey, toffee, caramel kind of color to it, like a tea kind of color, I guess you could say. You know, it's opaque, can't see through it. It's like kind of a dark khaki froth. Pretty big at first, but you know, it's kind of fizzled away since then. Very sweet aroma. I get definite pine, lots of piney hops on this one. And it's funny, I said it looks like tea. It has like almost like a tea kind of smell to it. Like, yeah, this real kind of like herbal kind of scent to it. No alcohol presence whatsoever. That's really interesting considering it's 10.5. So here we go. Cheers. Wow, that's really interesting. I think the first taste that I noticed as soon as it hit my tongue was kind of like an iced tea kind of flavor to it. I've found this kind of tea kind of flavor in other beers. I don't usually find them in big, huge barley wines. Usually like in lighter, more hoppy IPA pale ale type beers. Very bitter. Actually, I think it's much more sweet than it is bitter, but it's not like sickly, cloying sweet. It's really impressive in that first sip there. Nice sweetness up front, kind of tea, kind of like herbal flavor, slight like earthiness, but it's not rustic, and a lot of beers have like that tree bark kind of flavor to it. This is not like that at all. It's like slightly herbal, nice kind of piney hops in there, and kind of like the sticky confectionery sweetness, but it's not overdone. I think it's really perfectly well balanced. You get a little bit of warmth as it's going down. That's a mostly clean aftertaste. I'm surprised. Really comfortable mouthfeel. Really high drinkability on this one. I mean, I'm having no problem just sucking this right down. Look at the lacing on that. I mean, when's the last time you've seen lacing at all on a barley wine? This kind of reminds me of like the Sierra Nevada anniversary ones they did a few years ago, where like those like imperial, walking that fine line between like imperial IPA and flat out barley wine. While this beer definitely is bitter and hoppy, it's not like, you wouldn't classify it as such. Like the Southern Tier Oak Aged Imperial IPA I did in the last episode, that was definitely walking that fine line. This one is not. This is just flat out American style barley wine for sure, but it's very much unlike any barley wine I've ever had. Very rare you encounter a barley wine that with this palate and this high drinkability on it. So far, I think this is pretty fantastic. So I still got quite a lot in the bottle here, and hopefully it won't rain while I take my break. But we'll be right back. My final thoughts on the Behemoth. Alright, I am back finishing up the Behemoth Barley Wine. I gotta say, I've never been a huge barley wine fan, but this is definitely, hands down, the best barley wine I've ever had. Even better than the Sierra Nevada ones, even better than some of the English ones like the J.W. Lees and all that stuff. Just fantastic, delicious palate, perfectly balanced. Like, it's one of the few barley wines where you actually get hops in it. And not only do you get hops, but the hops work with the palate, because you're getting like this slight kind of piney, earthy kind of hops, a little bit of resin. But it works so well with that kind of herbally iced tea kind of flavor, a little bit of toffee, a little bit of caramel, and the drinkability on it, considering that it's 10.5 ABV, and I'm probably assuming 60 to 80 IBUs. You know, it's definitely a very bitter beer. Extremely drinkable, very comfortable, soft mouthfeel, goes down smooth. There's no alcohol in the nose, but I mean, you do get some warmth, and I want to say warmth, not heat. You get some warmth on the back end, but it's not like you're like breathing fire afterwards. I mean, I've had lots of beers at lower alcohol that were just like taking a shot of whiskey. This is not. Yeah, it's nice and sweet, but not like sticky, ridiculously cloying sweet. This is the kind of beer you don't have to drink this as an like they said on the bottle, you know, best enjoyed while keeping warm in the brutal winter months. No, you can, you know, if you're in Florida, sure, go ahead, drink this outside on a July afternoon. I'm in New York drinking this on an August afternoon, having no problem whatsoever with this. Just able to gulp this right down. I thought I was going to have to split this bottle with somebody, but, you know, I had no problem handling it myself. Do get like a pretty nice buzz already, but, I mean, I'm not going to get in my car anytime soon. Alright, get out of here, fellas. Anyways, I'm going to give my full 10 out of 10 for the Behemoth Barley Wine. Thanks to Max Spang for sending this to me in a trade. I can't even remember right now what I traded with him, but it was totally worth it. So, thanks, Max, for the beer. I would definitely like to try some other vintages of this. So, there you go. Episode 699 the can, one left, and that's it. And I will make a special thank you and shout out video after 700 or so. Be on the lookout for that in the next week or two. So, thanks for watching this episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. I will see you real soon. Cheers. Bye.